Has your world ever felt distorted? Did you question your own sanity? Trauma can do that. It doesn't just leave emotional scars. It literally rewires your brain. It can feel like you are trapped in a fog, lost and confused. But here's the truth. Your brain is incredibly resilient. In this video, we will explore how trauma affects your mind and body. And most importantly, I'll share 5 powerful steps to reclaim your inner peace and rebuild your life. You are not alone on this journey. Let's heal together. It's time to break free, heal your soul, and rise like a phoenix. The signs of trauma. When you experience trauma, your brain goes into overdrive. It's like a fire alarm that won't shut off. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, becomes hyperactive, constantly scanning for threats, even when they are not there. This can leave you feeling anxious, on edge, and constantly hypervigilant. You may experience panic attack, flashback, or struggle to sleep. It's like your brain is trapped in a constant state of fear, unable to find peace. The hippocampus, responsible for forming memories, can shrink. This can make it hard to focus, remember details, or even feel grounded in the present moment. It's like your brain is trying to protect you by burying the pain, but it also buries important part of yourself. You may feel disconnected from your past, struggling to recall happy memories, or even your own identity. It can feel like a part of yourself is missing. Enter prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, slows down. This is why trauma often leaves you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like you are constantly on edge. It's hard to think clearly, make decisions, or regulate your emotions. You might feel numb, detached, or struggle to experience joy. It's as if the vibrant colors of life have been drained away, replaced by a dull, monotonous gray. Here's the empowering truth. Your brain is plastic. It has the incredible ability to heal and rewire itself. Even if change feels impossible right now, know this. Healing is possible. Say this with me. My brain is capable of healing, and I'm capable of growth. 5 life-changing ways to rebuild after trauma. Tip 1. Acknowledge and validate your experience. The first step to healing is acknowledging what happened to you. Trauma can make you feel isolated, ashamed, or like you are to blame. But here's the thing. It wasn't your fault. Recognizing your pain is the foundation of recovery. It tells your brain, I see you, your pain is real. It's a powerful act of self-compassion, a first step towards healing. Say this with me. This happened to me, and it wasn't my fault. When you embrace this truth, you begin to break the cycle of self-doubt and replace it with self-compassion. Tip 2. Build a safe haven routine. Trauma thrives in chaos, but healing thrives in stability. A safe routine, like a morning ritual, spending time in nature, or even just 5 minutes of deep breathing, sends signal to your brain that it's okay to relax, that you are safe. It's about creating a sanctuary within yourself, a place of peace and calm amidst the storm. This small ritual can be incredibly powerful in grounding you and helping you feel more in control. Say this with me. I create stability and safety in my life, one step at a time. Every little action builds a foundation for your brain to feel secure. Tip 3. Find your tribe. Don't isolate. Isolation is a common tactic used by trauma. Human connection is a basic need. Finding your tribe, whether it's a friend, family members, therapies, or support group, can ease the emotional burden. You don't have to carry this alone. Remember, you are not alone in this fight. There are people who care about you and want to support you on your healing journey. Say this with me. I'm worthy of connection and support. This reminds you that you are strong, but you don't have to go through this battle alone. You are deserving of love, support, and understanding. Tip 4. Explore trauma-informed therapies. Trauma-focused therapies can help your brain process what it feels stuck on. Two highly effective options are EMDR and somatic therapy. EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. This therapy helps you process trauma by using guided eye movement while recalling painful memories. It works by activating the brain's natural healing process, allowing you to reframe and release the emotional weight of those memories. It can feel like you are finally giving your brain the permission to heal and move forward. Somatic therapy. This approach focuses on the mind-body connection by helping you tune into physical sensation and release tension stored in your body. Somatic therapy allows your nervous system to relax and regain balance after trauma. It's like gently untangling the knots that trauma has created within you, allowing your body and mind to find a sense of peace. Say this with me. I'm open to the tools and resources that help me heal. Exploring what works for you is a powerful act of self-care. You are worthy of finding healing and peace. Tip 5. Practice self-compassion. Finally, be patient and kind to yourself. Healing isn't a straight line. It's a journey with ups and downs. One practical way to practice self-compassion is this. Place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath and say, I'm doing my best and that's enough. Okay? This small act of kindness towards yourself make a big difference over time. Remember, you are worthy of love and compassion, especially during this healing journey. Say this with me. I am gentle with myself and I celebrate every step forward. This shows your brain that growth is a process, not a destination. You are worthy of your own love and support. My story of gaslighting and healing. A time in my life when I felt like I was disappearing, like the person I thought I was no longer existed. Someone I deeply trusted, someone I loved, was slowly chipping away at my sense of self. It wasn't just the word, the constant criticism, the subtle undermining of my opinion, the way he twisted my words to make me seem crazy. It was the calculated actions. He would invite friends into our home and use them to triangulate me. This tactic, where a manipulator involved a third party to create doubt, confusion, or even competition, was his way of isolating me. He wanted me to feel small, to feel crazy for standing up for myself, and to doubt every instinct that told me something was wrong. It was a constant erosion of my self-worth, a slow and insidious chipping away at my identity. I felt like I was losing myself, piece by piece. But it didn't stop there. He surrounded himself with enablers, people who acted like they were on my side, but were actually supporting his manipulative effort. These enablers were some of the most painful part of the experience because they were people I thought I could trust. They were kind on the surface, giving me no reason to suspect them. But behind the scene, they reinforced his control, making me feel even more isolated and powerless. It was like I was trapped in a web of deceit, with no one to turn to. The loneliness was suffocating. This created an unbearable sense of confusion and loneliness. I found myself questioning everyone around me. Who could I really trust? I doubted my own perception of reality, and that was the most traumatic part. Feeling like the ground beneath me wasn't stable, like I could fall through at it at any moment. I felt lost, alone, and like I was losing my mind. The world felt distorted, like a funhouse mirror reflecting a grotesque version of reality. I was constantly questioning my own sanity, wondering if I was the one who was crazy. I started to believe his lies, to doubt my own instinct, and to question my own reality. It was a constant battle against self-doubt and a growing sense of despair. But even in that darkness, there were glimmers of light. I wasn't entirely alone. I had a few trusted people who reminded me that I wasn't losing my mind. They didn't always have solution, but they listened, really listened. And sometimes they repeat my own words back to me, things I've said when I was clearer, stronger. That was my lifeline. It helped me anchor myself to the truth, to remember that my experiences were real, that I wasn't imagining things, and most importantly, that I wasn't to blame for what was happening. Their support was a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the darkness. I began to realize that I wasn't alone in this fight, that there were people who believed in me. As I leaned on those trusted connections, I also started leaning on something I had ignored for so long, my intuition. I began paying closer attention to the energy around people. If something felt off, I learned to trust that instinct instead of brushing it aside. Over time, I began to see who I could rely on and who I couldn't. That trust in myself became my shield, my way of staying grounded, even when the manipulation and enabling were at their worst. I was slowly reclaiming my power, one small step at a time. I was learning to trust myself again and to believe in my own truth. Looking back now, I realized I wasn't disappearing. I was fighting to hold on to myself in the face of gaslighting, manipulation, and control. And I did hold on. I held on to myself by trusting my intuition, leaning onto the people who truly care for me, and refusing to let his tactic define who I was. It wasn't easy, far from it. It was messy, complicated, and exhausting. There were days when I felt like I was drowning, days when I doubted that I would ever find my way back to myself, but I never gave up on myself. I continued to fight for my own truth, for my own sanity, for my own happiness. You are not alone, and you are not crazy. You are surviving something incredibly difficult, and that in itself is a proof of your strength. Every moment you choose to keep going, even when it feels impossible, is a testament to your resilience. You are a survivor, you are strong, and you are worthy. Say this with me. I am not defined by my trauma. I'm defined by my courage to heal. These words carried me through some of my hardest moments, and I hope they can carry you too. You are stronger than you think, and you have the power to heal. You are worthy of healing and happiness. You are worthy of a life filled with joy and peace. Ending with hope, why I created this channel. When I was going through my trauma, I often felt completely alone. Even though I had people who supported me, there were moments where I didn't know what to do next or who could I fully trust. And that's when I realized something. There are so many others who might be in situations just like mine, facing manipulation, gaslighting, or isolation. They might feel trapped, hopeless, and unsure of where to turn. They might feel like they are going crazy, like no one will believe them. I know that feeling of isolation all too well. I created this channel because I know how important it is to have someone who understands what you are going through. If you are in a situation like this and feel like there's no one to talk to, I want you to know that I'm here. You can email me using the address I'll include in the description below. Share your story with me, and together we'll figure out how to take the next step to protect yourself. You don't have to face this alone. We can navigate this together. Sometimes all we need is someone who listens, someone who can help us make sense of what's happening and remind us that we are not crazy. If you have been manipulated, gaslighted, or made to feel like you are not in control of your own reality, I want you to know you are not losing your mind. You are surviving something incredibly difficult, and you deserve to be heard. You deserve to heal. I know how painful and overwhelming it can feel to handle this alone, to carry everything inside and not know who to trust. You don't have to go through this by yourself. Whether you are dealing with emotional manipulation, control, or even physical abuse, it's important to recognize the pattern and take the first step towards protecting yourself. You are worthy of safety, love, and respect. You deserve to live a life free from fear and manipulation. You are stronger than you realize. And there's always a way forward. If you are ready to share your story, reach out to me. Together we can figure out the next step for you. You are not alone and you never have to be. We are here for you. Trauma changes the brain, but healing rewires it too. Each small step you take build a brighter future. And you are never alone in this journey. You are worthy of a life free from manipulation and control. You are worthy of healing and happiness. You are worthy. Say this with me. I'm healing, growing, and becoming stronger every day. You are taking back control of your life, one step at a time. You are worthy of this healing journey. You are strong. You are resilient. You will heal. If this message has been helpful to you, or if you have learned something valuable from this video, I encourage you to stay connected. By joining this community, you are not just helping yourself. You are also supporting others who might be searching for the same understanding and guidance. Healing thrives in community, and we can lift each other up. We are stronger together. Sometimes, we don't know how many people around us might be struggling in silence. If you know someone who could benefit from hearing this message, share this video with them. It could be the first step in helping them feel seen, understood, and supported. Let's spread hope and support to those who need it most. If you are in a situation like this, or know someone who is, I do love to hear from you. You can email me using the address in the description below. Together, we can explore ways to navigate through these challenges and find a path forward. You don't have to face this alone. We are here for you. This isn't just a channel. It's a space for healing, growth, and connection. Let's make a difference together. Let's create a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and supported.